Okay, so for this activity, you had to use tables of ordered pairs to draw graphs. They give you the table. Sorry, mine's skewed, just bear with me. But then I have to look at what they give. So here I see that they give me the equation of the graph. Okay, if you just look at the table, you would have thought this is your rule. Okay, then they give me the x in the equation, and there's my x value. So I just have to substitute. Okay, so I'm going to go and put my rule in. Remember the negative in front of the bracket. So then in the bracket, I'm going to put the x value in another bracket. Okay. Then this side the same. And then I get an answer. You would go and do this for all of them. I'm just going to give you the answers. So it's -8, -3, 0, 1, 0, -3, and -8. Okay. So before I have to draw my graph, let's first write the coordinates. So it's -1, -8, 0, -3, 1, 0, 2, 1, 3, 0, 4, -3, 5, -8. Okay, so now I can start. Remember with my coordinates, x is on the left and y is on the right. So you draw your y-axis, you label it, you draw your x-axis and you label it. Remember the point where they come together is 0. So now I'm looking at my x values, they follow one another, so I'm going to put it into intervals of 1. Same this side. Remember the whole x-axis has to be in the same intervals. Okay, then I'm looking at my y values. What's my largest number? It's going to be -8. Okay, so now I can decide. I can count in ones, then I'm going to have a very long line. I can count in 2s or 3s because that's 3, that's 8, and I know 8 is just below 9. So let's go with 3. So let's go 3, 6, 9. It's not wrong if you use any of the others. It's up to you, it's your preference. Remember that distance and that distance has to be the same. So if you use the 1 centimeter between 1 and 0 and 3, you have to use 1 centimeter between 0 and -1, the same this side as well. Yeah, as well. 1 centimeter intervals there. Okay. Okay, so then first I have -1. By -1, it's going to be -8. So I'm coming all the way down. Make a dot. Then I just write -8 there. Okay. Okay, else you can have used these lines that I drew and just made the dot. Next one, 0, -3. X is 0 on my y-axis. Study work, you have to know that. Okay. Then I have 1, 0, y 0 on my x-axis. Okay. 2, 1, again 3, 0, y 0 on my x-axis, 4, -3, and 5, -8. Do you see this side I didn't make lines at all? You could have done that, it's the same thing. And you would have seen that it's a non-linear graph. Okay, you draw a non-linear graph with your free hand. Then by 1.4, this is the table they give you. There is your equation of your line. In x place, you're going to substitute that -5. So I'm going to put a bracket in a bracket. And remember, 2 to the power of 2 is outside of the whole bracket. So first one is 9. Again, you're going to work out all of them. I'm just going to give you the answers. So it's 9, 4, 1, 0, 1, 4, 9. Then I write the coordinates. So it's -5, 9, -4, 4, -3, 1, -2, 0, -1, 1, 0, 4, 1, 9. Okay, I'm going to move up now. Okay, now I have that. Now I can start. Then I draw my y-axis, I label it. Draw my x-axis, I label it. The point where they come together is 0. When I look at my x values, they follow one another. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Remember, I go to where I need it. That's why I went to -5 to this side. That side, I could have stopped after 1. I'm looking at my y values. What do I see? My highest number is 9. I can count in intervals of 2 or 4. So let's count in. Okay, now I can start. So by -5, my value is going to be 9 again. You can do the dots, or it's just the lines. I'm going to do the one side like this, the other side not. So -4, I'm going to go up to 4, and I'll make my lines where they meet. I make a dot. -3, 1. So 1 is right there. Then -2, 0. I know y is 0 on my x-axis, so it's going to be on that. Then -1, 1. Then I know x is 0 on my y-axis. 1. Okay, remember when you draw yours, it's going to move more like a non-linear graph. Mine is not according to scale, so it would look more like this, just upside down. Okay. Then we continue. So for number 2, they give me the equation. So they say, for each of the following, draw up your own 3 or 4 tables and draw the 3 or 4 graphs on the same pair of axes. Okay, then at times you use graph paper, and they say they're all straight line graphs, so you only need 3 points. Okay, that's why I drew tables, only space for 3x values. So when I'm looking at 2.3, the one they gave me was y equals x, then y equals 2x, then they made a mistake, it should be y equals 3x, and then y equals 4x. Okay, so when I'm choosing values, you could choose any 3 values. I like choosing values that follow one another, so I would choose -1, 0, and 1. The same for all of them. You can write them in so long. It's all up to you and it's your preference. Okay, so y equals x. There's nothing to substitute, so I'm just going to write the same values because they tell me they were equal to one another. Then with 2x, in x place, I'm going to substitute that -1. So 2 times -1 is -2. 2 times 0 is 0. 2 times 1 is 2. Okay. 3 times -1 is -3. 3 times 0 is 0. 3 times 1 is 3. Okay. 4 times -1 is -4. 4 times 0 is 0. 4 times 1 is 4. I know my origin is 0, 0. Okay. So when I start drawing, I draw my y-axis, x-axis, and I add my 0. Then remember, I chose my x values. So now I see they follow one another, so I'm just going to add them. I just add another one. Then I'm looking at my y values. What's my highest y value? It's 4 at the positive side. Negative side also -4. So I can divide into intervals of 9. Again, depending on your y values, you are going to divide your axis accordingly. Okay. Now I have all of this. Now I'm looking at my first one, y equals x. So it's -1, -1. So x -1 and y -1. Where they two meet, I make a dot. Okay, origin is 0, 0. Then I have 1, 1. Where these two meet, I make a dot. Now I have my 3 dots. Then I take my ruler. I don't have a ruler right now, so I'm just going to draw the line. And next to my line, I write the equation. Then the next one, y equals 2x. So by -1, my y value is -2. Where they meet, I make a dot. Again, 0, 0, 1, 2. Okay, then I have 3 dots. I just draw the line. Remember, yours is going to be a straight line. Okay. Next to the line, I write the equation. Okay, then -1, -3. So there, 0, 0, and 1, 3. I'm going up. You see they're all on top of one another. That is. Okay, make each one a bit longer so you have space. I'm going to write this equation here now. Okay, Okay, last one. By -1, it's -4. Then 0, 0, and by 1 it is 4. So I'm going up, making a dot there. Then I'll make my line. Okay. This one I'm going to write here at the bottom as well. It was y equals 4x. Okay, and that's how it looks. Let me just zoom out a bit. See, I can do all of them on one axis as long as I label my graphs to know which one is which. Okay. Okay, so now continue to 2.5. The first equation they give me is y equals half x. Next one is y equals half x plus 2. And then the last one is y equals half x minus 2. Okay, don't bother you on this one. It was just my template. So now I'm choosing my own x values. Again, I'm going to choose ones that follow one another. And they say only 3 are necessary. So I'm going to choose the same ones for all of them. Let me show you if I choose a bit other ones. So there I'm going to choose -1. Here I'm going to choose, let's say, -2 and 2. Then here I'm going to choose -3, 0, and -3. Oh, +3, sorry. Okay, now I'm taking my calculator and I'm just going to multiply. -1 times a half is -1/2. That gives me 0,5. Remember, it's going to be difficult when I'm working with a fraction with my intervals. So I'm going to take it to a decimal. So then a half times 0 is 0. A half times 1 is a half. So it's going to be 0,5. Okay, now you're going to bring your calculator nearby. And in x place, you're going to put 2. So I'm just taking my calculator. I'm going to put a fraction. So it's going to be a half. Then in x place, I put, oh, sorry about that. In x place, I'm going to put it in brackets. And then plus 2. So what's my first one? It is 1. Then half times 0 is 0. Plus 2 is 2. And if you just want to go back and then put it in here, you get 3. Then with this one the same. So instead of that being a plus 2 now, it's going to be a subtract 2. So first x value I chose was -3. So I get -7/2. I put it in a decimal. So it's going to be -3,5. Okay, remember you could choose any ones as long as I can see that your graph is correct. Okay, -2. And then 3. I get -1/2, which is going to be -0,5. Okay, now I have all of that. So what do I do now? I first have to go and draw my axis. If you want to go and write the coordinates of each of these tables, you're more than welcome to. I just don't have space. So it's going to be y, x, where the two lines meet is 0. When I'm looking at my x values, I see the highest one is -3 and 3. So I'm going to divide into intervals of 1. Okay, highest y value, positive side is 3. And when I'm looking at the negative side, it is -3,5. So let's divide into intervals of 1. Okay, there it is, my Cartesian plane. So when I'm looking at the first one, it's going to be -1, -0,5. -1, -0,5 is down here. It's between 0 and -1. Then 0, 0. And then I have 1, 0,5. 1, 0,5 is there. So I have my 3 dots now. I take my ruler and I connect them. Next to my line anywhere, I just write the equation. Okay, then I continue to the next one. So by -2, it's going to be 1. By 0, so x is 0 on my y-axis, it's going to be 2. And then by 2, it's going to be 3. So I have all of them, and I just connect them and write the equation next to it. Okay, last one. -3, -3,5. So -3, then I have to go all the way down to -3,5, because that's between 3 and 4. Oh, sorry. So let's quickly do that one again. So -3, and then I have to go to -3,5 on my y-axis. It's between these two. Remember, you can draw a line for yourself. Okay. And then I have 0 and -2. So x is 0 on my y-axis and -2 is there. Then the last one is 3 and -0,5. So these 3. -0,5 is between 0 and -1. That's going to be there. Now I have my 3 dots. What do I do? Just go and connect them. Okay. Then next to my graph, I write the equation. Okay, that's all I have to do, guys. Okay, last one with this activity, we have 2.8. So the first equation there is y equals -3x. Then we have y equals -3x plus 1. Then we have y equals -3x subtract 3. Okay, start with the first one. I have to choose my own x values. I'm going to choose -1, 0, and 1. Then with this one, I'm going to choose the -2 again. Then instead of 0, I'm going to choose 1 and 2. Then this side, I'm going to start with -3. Then let's say 2 and then 3. Okay. So I just want to show you that you can choose any values. So -3 times -1, it gives me 3. 3 times 0 is 0. -3 times 1 is -3. Okay, then when I look at this one, if it gets too complicated for you, use your calculator. So -3 in x place, put my value plus 1. 7. You see that? Okay, then x place, I'm just going to go and put a 1. So it's -2. And then 2, it's going to be -5. Okay, then for this one, again, use your calculator. Okay, so it's 6. -3 times 2. Yeah, 3 times -1. And then 3. If I go, let's see, -3. 3 times 3. So it's going to be -2. Okay, now I have all of that. So now I can start my drawing. You're going to draw your y-axis. You're going to draw your x-axis. Then I look at my x values. Do they follow one another? Oh, they do quite. So I just divide it into intervals of 1. Both sides. Okay, then I'm looking at my y values. They are mostly in intervals of 3, except the -5 and the 7. So I'm going to divide into intervals of 3. Okay, so I'm going to start with the first one. I have -1 and 3. So -1, I'm going up to 3 and I'm going to make a dot. Then I have 0, 0. That's 0, 0. Then 1, -3. So I'm going to go down. Now I have all 3 dots. I'm going to take my ruler. I'm just going to connect them. Okay, next to the line, I'm going to write the equation. Right, then the next one. I have -2 and 7. So by -2, I'm going to go all the way up. 7 is just after 6. And I'll make a dot. It's fine if it's on your other graph. Then you have 1, -2. So by 1, I'm going down 1 is the start, then I'm going down to negative 2, it's just before 3, I'll make a dot. Then I have 2 and negative 5, so about 2, negative 5 is just before negative 6. You can see, you can do it that way or this way, so without the lines or with the lines, it's up to you. Okay, and then I just go and connect the dots. You see there's going to be like a bit of space, not a lot. Okay, I'll show you the one I have in my book as well. So then you just write it there. You're going to say y equals negative 3x plus 1. Okay, then I'll continue. Then I'm looking at this one. So by negative 3, my value is going to be 6. So negative 3, I go up to the value of 6. I'll make a dot. Then by 2, so positive 2, it's going to be negative 9. So I'm going all the way down. Okay, I'll make a dot. Then by 3, it is negative 12. So by 3, I'm going all the way down to negative 12. And then I just go and I connect the dots. And next to my line, I write the equation. Negative 3x, 3. Okay, so when I'm looking at this, you could have chosen your own value. It's up to you. I just want to show you. This is how I drew mine, and I chose for all of them negative 1, 0, and 1. Do you see? Those are very close to one another. So mine is correct, and that one's there. If I can see that with yours and I go check your values, then it's fine. Okay, so do you see? Okay, remember according to scale, then that space and that space has to be the same. So they would be close to one another, and it would be, how can I say this? The slope would be steeper, because you see, look at this one. This is mine. My lines are laying more down, where the lines I drew in the book are more upwards. Okay, so don't compare yours to your friends.